Hello, welcome back to the woods. And welcome back to another simple stick project. Now, I've recently come back from a few days away in Wales with Mrs. Greencraft, staying in a little yurt in a lovely secluded place slap bang in the middle of Wales. Ideal for getting out walking, which we did, and just for chilling out. It also gave me a little bit of time, well, to work on this little simple stick project that we're going to look at in this video. Now, this is another one of those lovely little projects that you can do when you're out in the woods, and perhaps it could be something that you do while you're on a brew stop and then you leave it there perhaps for somebody to find. It could also be perhaps something that you harvest the wood while you're in the woods, take it home and then perhaps turn it into a little gift. Or the festive season fast approaching, this particular little project would make a lovely little tree decoration or a decoration for around the house. So the first thing you're going to need for this simple stick project is a stick, and all you want is a piece of green wood, no more than about 2 fingers thick. You don't want anything really much over a thumb thick. I tend to go for a piece that's reasonably long. That gives me, I can make 4 or 5 of this particular little project out of a length of wood that's about the length of my arm. You're also going to need, well, a couple of simple tools, and that's going to be your knife, a pruning saw, and possibly an awl. You could actually get by just by using your penknife. If you've got a little saw on there, an awl and a main blade, you could do it with just one of these. Something else you might need, depending on, well, just how advanced you want to get, you might need a little bit of super glue too, but that's all. So just those few little bits. You could probably just get away with your knife. So the skill level for this one is, well, you don't want to be a novice. There's a couple of the cuts where you're doing the chest cut and you're cutting towards yourself where you need to be a little bit careful. So it's aimed at somebody who's got a few good carving skills already. Now, let's get on with the method. As I said, this is fairly simple and you can do it, well, it takes about 10 minutes once you've had a bit of practice. So it doesn't take very long, but the end result is really good. So let's crack on. So our first job is we are going to shave down here, and what we want to create is a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to put some cuts down this side to get it nice and flat, and then turn it and come down that way. As for how long this needs to be, well, that's entirely up to you. This section is going to make up probably the top half of our little woodland gonk. So here we go. So there we go. So our sort of 90-degree-ish angle. All ready for my next cut. Okay, so for our next cuts, what I want to do is I want to put a line here and here sloping downwards, and then that's going to go all the way around. And so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a pencil and I'm just going to mark those in. So down there and down there, like that. And then that is going to go from there right the way around the back till it meets up on the other side, just there. Next thing I've got to do, so effectively what these are going to be are stop cuts. So I'm going to go with my knife blade, place it on the pencil line, just push down fairly heavily. Because this is a nice soft wood, it goes in quite well. I'm going to do the same on this side. Again, just pushing in, rocking that backwards and forwards, and then all I want to do next is I'm going to cut upwards towards that line from about 5 or 6 mil back, and then we'll just trim that one out like so. Go over it again so it's nice and neat, like so. Do the same on this side. So there we go. And that, well, that's the start of it. This section here, this is going to be where his nose is going to be, and all of this up here is his hat. As I said, the hat can be as tall or as short as you want it to be. So for our next cut, I want to create his nose. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little line just across there, like so. And then again, using my knife, so with my little pencil line just there, I'm just going to use my knife, and I'm just going to cut again that little stop cut in just about there, like so. I've gone in quite deep. I'm then going to shave up to that line. Like so. I'll bring it back a little way, like that. Then my next cuts are just going to be up the side there and there, just to give him a little square nose. You see, for this one on this side, I'm going to need to be a little bit careful, because I'm going to need to come in from that side, and that's going to be probably a little chest cut. So with the brim of his hat cut just there, what I then want to do, and now I've got the nose in, is I want to cut a line that runs right the way around the back there. So again, I'm just going to go in with a stop cut on my knife, again pushing that down right the way round to the other side, and then I'm just going to very simply cut up towards that line like that. So there we go. So we've got the brim of the hat, we've got the nose, and now we've got the back of the hat cut in, and he started to taper in around the sides there. For the next bit, I want to cut another little section here. To do that, I just need to flatten out that area running up to it. I'm just going to quickly trim up a little bit on there, like so. And then what I'll do for the next cut, I'm just going to put in a little pencil line just to guide you. And what I want to do is I'm just going to put a little V in there, like that. And we're going to cut that one in the same way as we cut that one up there. And then rock that round like that, and then come in from the other side. And then cut very carefully up towards that line, like so. One there, and then a cut in there. Just take that little piece out. I just need to tidy that up. That's that tidied up. Then taking my pencil again, I'm going to put a little line just across there. And what I want to do is I'm just going to shave up to that line, and that creates a sort of bottom lip under this moustache area. There we go. face is pretty much there. For the next thing, well, this section here is sort of face and body combined, so all I want to do now is decide how long he's going to be. So what I'm going to do is just do a little line that just runs around the side there, like so. And then again, all I'm going to do is just shave up to that line. And I'll keep going all the way round. So there, we've gone all the way around. Then what we're going to do is this front section here, I'm going to do a short cut that's going to go up, and I want to scoop it out almost in like a notch. It's going to go pretty much halfway through, and that should give me, well, where his little feet are going to be. So there he is, this area scooped out. You can see we've gone to pretty much halfway through the depth. I'm going to take this little bit of bark off on the back, and then, well, we're going to start shaping the hat. So I'll crack on and do that. With the bark, I don't want to go through very much, just literally going to peel it off. So there you go, that's that all shaved off. Next thing I'm going to do is going to give him a long pointy hat. And that's just going to be long straight cuts, gradually tapering down to the end. So there he is. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use my saw this time, and I'm going to saw him off about there, and that's going to create where his feet are going to be. See, for this one you need to be fairly neat and simple because you're pretty close to finishing it, so we need to work quite carefully. So there he is, all sawn off. You'll see also at the front just here I've cut a little V section out. That's to give him sort of two little feet. My next job, well, I'm going to take my awl and I'm just going to make a hole there and a hole there. That's where we're going to put his little arms in. So there we go, a little birch twig. It's just going to push into that hole there, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Pop that one. Is he going to go? There you go. Now they can be glued in place with a little bit of super glue, which holds them a little bit fast because they are quite delicate. But there he is. And there he is. That's the finished result. As you saw, it didn't take very long, and he looks really, really good. And you don't have to stop there. You don't have to do it exactly the same as that. You can do ones, well, ones that vary. You can do perhaps a little short one, a little short dumpy one, or you can do one like that. This one's a mid-sized one, but I put little arms on him, and all they are just little birch twigs. You just make a hole inside with your awl, and then you just push those in and glue them. Now, of course, what you could do is onto the top there, well, you could put a little cord loop so that it can be hung up, perhaps on a Christmas tree. But then if he's going to go on a Christmas tree, well, you might want to not have a plain colour. Perhaps you might want to decorate him up a little bit. And this one I've just done felt tips. You could just take one like that, spray it gold or silver or any colour you like that matches your Christmas decoration. But there he is, a super simple little stick project that's there for the festive period, or just to leave out in the woods for someone to find, because I think this little fellow, this little wood gonk, would make somebody very, very happy. So there you go, that is my super simple stick project, my little wood-gonk, and it's a great little project you can do, sat around the fire in the evening. And obviously it's winter now and those evenings are drawing in, and we tend to spend a bit more time sat around in the firelight, and a little project like this is quite a nice little thing to do. You could do it out in the woods with your kids as well. Bring some felt tips along, you can carve it, they can sit and decorate it. If their wood skills are okay, well, perhaps they can have a go, with your help obviously, at making up one of these. So a nice little project. Now that's all on that. A couple of other things coming up. I know what a lot of you are going to want to know is, what was the knife? What knife was I using during that carving? Well, that is going to be the subject of I think it'll be my next video actually, and I've got a couple of other review videos coming up. One with these dark nights coming in might be very, very useful to you, so keep an eye on the channel for that. Also, if you look down in my description box down below, you'll find links to my social media and to my shop. Over there you'll get my Greencraft patches, and there's a new stick-on Velcro jobbies attached to all your tactical clothing or anything that's got Velcro on, really, so on your rucksack, on your cap, wherever you want it. There's also a few other bits and pieces over there. There's one of my little fire starter pouches, which I tend to use for everything, not only my fire kit, but I've also got my brew kit in there, as you've seen. I am working on a couple of other bits. I've got some more of my original survival scarves coming up, the olive green ones, and I am still working on the EDC pouches and my little Forester collection bags slash water filter bags slash just general handy pouch, really, to have on your belt. So yeah, so keep an eye on the shop for those new bits coming out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I've been Neil, and until next time, stay safe in the woods.